Hey, today we are going to be discussing the fathers of A Song of Ice and Fire. We've previously done videos on ranking the siblings and the mothers, so today the fathers are the targets. And yeah, there's a fair few of them, so bear with. Let me know if I forget anyone, and hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We have a chart, which is S for like super, down to D for like definitely not. Definitely don't want this guy to be our dad. So, let me know what your thoughts are as we go through. Let's kick off with an easy one. Craster. He is a father, but he thinks of himself as more of a husband to his daughters. He gives his sons to the others and leaves them out in the cold. In no way, shape, or form is this guy a father. Like, these women they would have probably done fine as like waddling women. They don't need this guy. He is just an absolute detriment to their living. Yeah, definitely not. He is going in D tier. And if there was a rank that I could fit on the screen below D tier, he would be in that one. He is the worst dad that I think I can think of because he, like, sacrifices his children and then, like, half of them, and then the other ones, that right? So let's go a bit more cheery now. Let's go up the other end of the scale. Who is a good father? Ned is probably a good father. I mean, he could do a little bit more with speaking to his children, i.e., or, his bastard. Like, he really should have spoken a little bit more to John. Granted, he thought he had more time. His other children, Rob, like his sons, he does well to train them. His daughters, he probably leaves more to Caitlin and the Scepters. I think he does depart good wisdom to all of his children, and he does his best to keep them safe. Yeah, he does take half of his children, well, two of his children, down to an absolute pit viper's nest. Is he a good father, though? They love him. His children love him. He loves his children. He is a good man. Can we put him in S tier? I would really like to put him in S tier. What does he lack to not be able to go in S tier? I mean, ahead now. I'm going to put Ned in S tier. Let me know if you disagree. Right. Who should we go on to next? Let's stay in the north and let's go on to Roose Bolton. Now, he did have a son other than Ramsay called Domeric, who I guess he kind of took care of, but let mix with Ramsay and ended up. All Roose really cares about is having an heir. I don't really think he cares too much in terms of training or preparing his heir so much. He needs to spend a lot more time with his sons and keep a bloody closer eye on Ramsay. Jesus, Roose, what are you doing? You just want him to be like the wild dog for you. So, Roose, I think I would probably put Roose in D tier as well. I mean, I can't think of anything that would make him a good father, really. He didn't even want to initially own up to being the father of Ramsay until the woman was like, look at his eyes. He's definitely yours. So, yeah, D tier. D tier. And he decided to, like, do his whole Lord's right to the first night thing. Am I confused? I don't know. Let me know. Definitely D tier for Roose Bolton. Talking about fathers, actually, Walder Frey does not give a monkey's about his children either. He has too many. How could you care about all of them? I mean, he does well to remember their names, and how they're related and who their mothers are and things like that. But he really, he does he really even dedicate any time to them one-on-one in a fatherly way? Nah, it's all just plotting and you do this and you might get ahead. It is practically blackmail. He doesn't really care for his family. He's gonna have to be D tier. Also, he's just a bad person. But in terms of being a father, D tier. Actually, thinking about the phrase, it kind of brings me back to Wyman Manderly. I was thinking about him the other day. His family is quite cohesive, really, with his plans. They're all in on it as much as they need to be. He's very supportive of his sons. He plays along a whole act in supporting the Lannisters, going along with the Freys and everything to get his son back safely. He tries to make, he suggests to Caitlin almost like good matches for his sons. He's probably a good father, I'd say. I don't know if we can put him in S tier because we don't really get to see too much one-on-one, like fatherly bonding activities between him and his children. But I would say they represent and come across as quite a cohesive family, and I think that's to his credit. Yeah, and I also think that they all seem to like him as well. Like, there doesn't seem to be any Manderlys that don't like Wyman Manderly. I'm going to put him in A tier. Let me know if I shouldn't. Okay, next. Howland Reed. We don't really see him on page, so we don't know how he interacts with his children. But his children are pretty good examples of how he has brought them up. They seem well adjusted, very skilled, wise, loyal to their liege lord. I would say that they are very, very, very good children. I think he must have done a good job. I think he must be a good father. It's yet to be decided if what he set his children off on doing is really a good thing or not. Because Jojen, we're waiting to see him back on page again. Personally, I think he's paced. Yeah. I still think he's a good father, though. I think we don't have enough evidence to put him into, like, S tier or A tier. I'm going to go with B for Howland, just because of lack of evidence. But I do think that his children being as well-rounded as they are is a good example of him being a good father. Someone else with happy children, or children that they just let be who they want to be, is Mace Tyrell. He lets Marjorie go along with her grandmother's schemes and, becoming a queen twice, nope, 3 times. He lets his son be, as gay as he likes. I think he's a good father. He's trying to make good matches for his other children. And in terms of plotting, I mean, we're yet to see, like, how smart he is, because he comes across as quite dumb and just goes along with what his mother wants. I would probably say C or B tier for him, because he lets his children be who they want to be and do what they want to do. Seems like he supports them, at least, even if we don't necessarily know that he has departed much like fatherly wisdom to them himself. But he does allow his children, therefore, to be in very dangerous situations. B or C? We'll put him in a low B, B minus. Right, we don't do B minus, but yeah. B straddling C. Oh my god, next. Oberyn Martell. Oberyn, he needs to speak to his children a little bit more. If he had included Arryn on his plans a little bit earlier, that could have avoided a whole amount of drama. Although he has worked hard over the years to arrange good matches, unofficially / officially with, the Targaryens for his children. I would say that as much as he tries to be a good father and keep his children safe, he doesn't depart as much wisdom as he should. I would probably put him in C tier. Not D tier, because he's not terrible to his children, but he's not exactly, like, the most supportive. Next, let's go on to, another Martell, Oberyn, who is father to many children, and for a few of them, kind of took them off of their mothers, like, let them be born as bastards, went back and was like, do you want to come with me? let the mothers just cry there. As a father, he's probably been quite inspirational to his children. They all love him. Not the best man or person, maybe, but as a father, bloody hell, he's probably done a good job. He's definitely given his children aspirations and allowed them to explore the things that they want to explore, like poisons or knives or study. Yeah. Shit, man, is he gonna have to be an A tier? I can't put him in S tier, so I'm gonna let him stay in A tier. If you disagree with Oberyn and his fatherliness being in A tier, let me know. Right, Randall Tarley. I don't care how much of a good father he is to Dickon or, his daughter. What he did to Sam was traumatizing, and supposedly maybe he was at his wit's end with trying to make Sam a man in his eyes. He was not supportive of Sam at all. Sam wanted to go and maybe study to be a maester. His father told him, no, we do not serve. Like, he traumatized his son and then sent him off to the wall and just decided to promote the younger brother. Definitely D tier. I don't care what your argument is. If you say that he's a better father than that, go ahead. For my love of Sam, I'm saying D tier. Next, I think we've got Selwyn Tarth, who is Brienne's father, and he tries to make some matches for her when she's a young lady. Very good matches. It doesn't quite work out. When she says that she wants to train with a sword, he lets her train with the Master at Arms. She loves songs. He always got a singer over to the island like every year. He supports Brienne, and I think he's probably a really good father. I mean, he never forced her to do anything. I think we might have to put him in S tier. He was supportive. He did a lot for Brienne. He loved her. Loved her? She's not dead. He loves her. Right. Selwyn Tarth, you're going in S tier. S for Selwyn. Next. Who should we go to next? Balon Greyjoy. Oh my days. Not the greatest father. I mean, starts a war and then has to give his child off as a ward, so Theon ends up, with the Starks. When Theon returns home, that's not really the warmest of welcomes, is it? He's like, oh, you're all like a green boy now. Yeah. He's a bit of a dick. I mean, he seems to support Asha, so can't be all that bad. We can't really put him in D tier, I suppose. Maybe C tier? Yeah, I'm gonna put him in C tier because I don't think he was the best of fathers. He definitely. I don't think he was the best of fathers. He definitely led his children into danger and then was basically just left with Asha, and so Asha put up with him. I'm gonna put him in D tier as well, to be honest. Balon Greyjoy, D tier. Next, we have Stannis. Stannis. Right, you haven't burned your child yet, so I guess not D tier. He does everything he can, though, to save Shireen when she has grayscale as, like, a small child or a baby. And I guess he allows Robert's bastard to stay and be a friend and Patchface to be Shireen's friend. I mean, he is trying to rule, so could he spend more time with Shireen potentially? I mean, also, he names her his heir. She's pretty young, but maybe she should be starting to be exposed to the political side of things if he's expecting her to rule after him. But then I guess he wasn't expecting to be king, so he would have been expecting his daughter to marry someone who can help run that region of the kingdom. Okay. Not S tier. So far in the story, A, B, A, B. I mean, he does take her up to the ends of the world, basically, up to the north. The wall. She's freezing, but she couldn't have really stayed at home on Dragonstone. So, yeah, so far, I'm going to put him in A tier. So far. His story is yet to be completed, and he could very much go down in estimations, but will his story ever be completed? I don't know. George. Next, who should we go on to next? Davos. Davos is like an absentee father, isn't he? I mean, he does see a few of his children around because they're also serving Stannis. They're on the ships. Uh, yeah, he gets them educated as well. He's trying to do a lot to progress his family. I mean, he's managed to gain a higher station in his life, and yeah, I mean, he's not the greatest husband, I think, because he is like would never, when was the last time he saw his wife? Probably when his youngest child was like 9 months off being born. Nah, more than that. Whenever they would have been old, yeah, it could even be years. Because whenever his son, like maybe 5 or something, would come to like Stannis's, how long? Yeah, geez, who knows? I don't think he's really spent much time with his children there. I think maybe they know they are his children and that they've been sent here and that this is their role in Stannis's camp, essentially. Davos is difficult. You're not a terrible father. You try. You've got a busy job, I guess, if you're the hands of the king now. Mm, mm, I mean, as the hand or, like of the king, you would also be expected to put your children forth for these things. So even though they're going into dangerous situations, it would offend Stannis if Davos was like, "No, let my kids stay at home." I think we'll put him as B tier. Next. Okay, I've got about 5, 6, 7 left on my list. Tywin is coming up as well. Right. We are going to talk about Jon Arryn, though, first. So, Jon, he only had the one child, little sweet Robin. Does he spend any time with his child? I guess not. I guess his son is young. He brings him to court with Lysa, so he would be around. He's quite sickly. Jon is quite old. Has been Hand of the King for many years, so probably quite busy. Not a terrible father, but not a great father. I guess we can't really blame him for not being like an outstanding father because he didn't really get much of a chance yet. I think we should put him in B tier because he he's a good role model, I guess, for his son, um, but just didn't get much of a chance. Okay, B tier for Jon. Next, let's talk about Robert. Robert Baratheon. He is a father to a fair few bastards. Supposedly father to Tommen, Joffrey, and Myrcella, but not really because they're obviously Lannister children. Robert is very lacking as a father. He doesn't really spend any time with his children. He spends all his time drinking and eating and, having a good time, but not really with his children. The one time, like, the one reference I can think of about their younger life is when Joffrey brings the kittens to the father, and it turns out that he had cut open the mother cat to find the kittens, and Robert backhands him. Robert, terrible father. To his bastards, I guess he avoided bringing them to court and kept them out of Cersei's reach. To his true children, I guess, so maybe we'll have to put him up a little bit, but he is terrible to Joffrey, and perhaps just careless to Tommen and Myrcella. I would say to his bastards, he's probably good. He was initially when he was younger with Ned at the area. He would love going to see. I've forgotten her name right now, but I'm sure you can fill me in. Was it Maya? Is it Maya or is it a different girl? Because I can't remember off the top of my head. He had the potential to be a good father. I think he had the potential to be a good father. Once he married Cersei, nah, 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 nah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to put him in D tier because that potential never amounted to anything, and he didn't use that with his, supposed children, his heirs. No, no, D tier for Robert. Okay, next, Hoster Tully. Hoster Tully. Now he forces his daughter, Lysa, to have an abortion. Pretty scarring. He does otherwise, though, seem to do an okay job with his children. He trains Edmure to become, Lord of Riverrun. He makes good matches for his two daughters, Caitlin and Lysa. But he did traumatize Lysa. Or was she always fucked up? Who knows? I mean, she might have been to some extent because she kind of tricked Littlefinger in the first place. I mean, what are you supposed to do in that situation as well as a father? If you can just give her a thing of moon tea and not have a whole political drama created from it because you now have to be like, I can't betroth you to this guy because you're damaged goods, or the only guy that's going to take you is this old guy. I feel too bad for Liza to put him above C tier, so I'm just going to have to leave him in C tier. He's going in C. Okay, next. The next big one, I'd say. Probably the last big subject. Tywin. Tywin Lannister. Straight off the bat, D tier. You are absolutely disgusting to your son Tyrion. Like, just vile. Just absolutely vile. The whole thing with Tysha, just from day one, just wanting to disown him because of his appearance. Yeah, absolutely terrible. And then you think about his other children, Jaime and Cersei. He's obviously turning some kind of blind eye to what is going on between them, and especially later in life has chosen to turn a blind eye. I mean, can he not see it in his grandchildren? Just like, they look a bit too Lannister. Yeah, I would say that he's just a terrible father. Um, He's very rude to both of his children as well, in like, no, I don't care what you want to do. This is what you're going to do for the the greatness of the family. I would say D tier for Tywin. Also, Kevin Lannister. His son is Lancel Lannister, and I guess he tries to be a good father to him. Like, he wants to leave the capital. I think he wants to leave the capital to go and be with his son. However, his son is obviously didn't have that strong of a is constitution the right word I'm looking for? I'm not sure. But he didn't have that much of a backbone because Cersei got her claws into him, and now he's all kind of messed up, and now religion's got his claws into him. Kevin, you should have kept a closer eye on your son. Um I think C tier. C for Kevin. Would you go higher? Let me know. Next, Gior Mormont. You kind of forget he's a father because he's just acting very fatherly to all of the Night's Watch, the younger, the recruits, all of them really. He is their leader. It's the fatherly role. But he is Jorah Mormont's father. Jorah, I mean, he probably had the best of training and things because he did compete in tourneys. He just got obsessed with this woman, Liness, and everything went to shit for him. But in terms of being a good father to Jorah, he went to the wall to make room for Jorah at Bear Island, like in terms of leadership roles there. Do you know what? I'm going to put Gior as S tier because not only is he did that for his son and, you know, he tried. He tried with Jorah. As far as we know, Jorah had every opportunity that his father gave him. Just did not take them very well. I mean, at the end of the day, your children are people, they have free will. But yeah, he's also very fatherly to the men of the Night's Watch. S tier. S tier for Gior Mormont. Right, two last ones. Aerys Targaryen. D tier. What good have you been for your children? Like, absolutely no good, okay? Rhaegar, mm, maybe C tier, maybe, I wouldn't really go higher. I mean, you kind of created a war and got, you know, some of your children killed. Question mark, Fagon. Um, C tier. C tier for Rhaegar, D for Aerys. That is our list for today. Let me know if I've forgotten anyone. Let me know what you think or if you disagree. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Links for Instagram, Twitter, Patreon will be in the description below. Have a good day. Cheerio.